obviously still very, very young in his trade and learning a lot. But I think being involved in these leagues, especially a good league like the SA20 one, it's going to fast track his learning hopefully. And he's going to be playing with a lot of guys that are experienced, some overseas players that'll help him a lot too. So I think these guys that are coming through, these youngsters that are so talented, hopefully these tournaments fast track them and they reach their potential, because I certainly think he's got a lot of potential. I think, look, it's difficult to predict, obviously, in the shorter formats, because it's just such a volatile format. So, like you said, all rounders are really sought after. They balance the side. They give you that extra batting option, that extra bowling option. So the guys that can do that job are, like you said, well sought after. Who's going to do well? Yeah, it's impossible to say. I always enjoy watching all the all-rounders, because I was one, and always just get that little bit of extra joy when I see an all-rounder doing well. I think it's just the product. Obviously the product of the IPL is on the next level. Your quality of players, your audience, and all that. Just it's just streets ahead of anything else at the moment. So I think we're trying to get that league to as close as possible to IPL, and make it a really exciting product, a product that people want to watch and spectators want to watch. And I think it's also key to have really strong teams. So I think that's where they have done well, that it is strength versus strength, and you've got the best players coming over, and attracting as many world-class players as your overseas players as possible. Again, I think it's the product. People want to see strength versus strength. They want to see the best players in South Africa and world-class, overseas players, and that's what this product has produced. And we've seen that. People will come and watch it when the cricket's good. There's lots of other entertainment, so it's good value. It's the format allows you to bring the whole family to come and watch. So it's inclusive of all, which makes it a great and exciting product. I think every season they've tried to, grow it and get as good a quality overseas players as we can possibly get. Obviously, the first season it was quite tough because it wasn't really in the schedule. So to get, overseas players was quite tough. But I think now it's sort of in the schedule, and your players from overseas sort of have an eye on it and know when it's happening, so they can block off that period if they want to come and play. So again, getting good overseas players to come and join the best that we've got in South Africa. And like you said, including, the whole family coming to watch. The cricket, it's inclusive of all, from little kids to grandmas and grandpas. They all enjoy the entertainment and the quality of cricket that's being played. So I've no doubt it's going to be as successful and even more successful than the first two seasons in terms of crowds. So it's wonderful to have quality players coming, especially from India, which the guys haven't really been allowed to play the leagues over or around the world. So hopefully it's the start of many Indians coming over. The people love watching India play cricket and seen a lot of the players, in the IPL, and to get to see them firsthand. I think the crowds are going to be, really excited to see how his type of player comes across and does. It would be a fantastic idea to do. I think people would be excited to see it. The only problem is, like you said, there's so many leagues around. Where do you fit into schedule along with the international schedule? So it's tough enough fitting all these leagues in at the moment along with the international schedule. So to have another one, where do you fit it in? I think you'll have to get some very clever people to block off a period. Yes, most definitely. I think the opportunities are there. All rounders are really sought after. So the young kids now, it would be silly not to try and do, the batting and the bowling side of it rather than just one. So yes, I do think so. It is tough, and you're going to have to manage your workload and that. But it's certainly an exciting format to play these T20s, and if you can contribute to the bat and the ball, you certainly become a sought after product. It's going to be tough, but I suppose when you've won the title once, you sort of got that cap on the head, and everybody wants to knock that cap off your head, and they managed to defend it the second time, which was a great effort, and to do it third time would be tough, because now everybody's really after you. So I do think they've got the team that can do it for a third time. It'll be interesting to see how they go about it. But I think their planning has been good. They've got a very good and calm coach who, obviously has done and clicked very well this side. So do I think they can win it for a third time? Yes, I do. We've been fortunate that the SA20 has taken off. Having the backing of major players like we have that are involved in the IPL has certainly made a big difference to providing the product that we've got to now. So it's nice that we've got owners that have been through all the processes. So that's that whole side has helped and made the product, along with Graham, a really good product that people want to come and watch, and it's strength versus strength. It's good quality cricket. So that played certainly a major role. Your question, would it be nice to have the Indian players come across? So of course it would, yes. But I think the BCCI have also got to look after their own players to make sure they don't play too much cricket. So it's a fine balance. Would we love to see the current Indian players? Most definitely. But there are obviously reasons why the BCCI don't allow it, looking after the players, etc., etc. They'll know what the reasons are, but it would be nice to have them, yes. We hope so. Certainly putting every effort into it to making it that. There's so many good competitive leagues around the world that are high quality, so you got to be on the ball and almost one step ahead of everyone else to try and make sure that it is as good a league as can be, and like I said, strive to what IPL is. Just combining the two and trying to mix experience with the exuberance of youth. If you can get that balance right, I think it's gives you half a chance of being successful. And there are a lot of young, talented guys that have learnt from the older, experienced players, and certainly the teams that I've been involved in, the older players are always willing to pass off the knowledge and all that, which is fantastic. That's what these leagues are about, is trying to pass off the knowledge onto these younger guys that just are willing to learn. And having been involved with Pretoria Capitals for the first 2 seasons, it was great to see that, and wonderful to see how these young guys are growing and moving towards their dreams of playing international cricket. Yeah, look, hopefully the league just carries on growing from what it has from year one, and just getting a better product every year. And I know the league's going to work very hard on that, and has done that, and I'm looking forward to this season. So keeps growing, and people want to watch it, and it becomes as close to IPL as possible. As far as the youngsters, like I've said, it's such a wonderful chance for these young guys to come through and show their skills. And if you can be successful in a league like this with such quality opposition and overseas players, and you have a good season, it certainly throws your name forward into playing international cricket, getting contracts around the world, getting a good IPL contract. So with so many people watching it, you have one good season, it can kickstart your career and move it forward. And these youngsters have got so many opportunities. It's so exciting for them. So, since it's come about, I think the guys are learning, especially the young guys, about handling pressure and all that in playing in front of big crowds. Would love to have had a league around, when we're playing. But having said that, a lot of our players that played in our time were playing IPL. So, you did have that opportunity. Would it have made a difference? Maybe yes, maybe no. It's hard to say. I think the product of 20 over cricket's, it's a good product. It's people have shown they want to come and watch it. Yes, there's place for other formats and all that. But I think people really enjoy the 20 overs. 10 overs is really short and doesn't give players a full opportunity to get a full go. 10 overs is short. Some batters won't even bat. So I think 20 overs is a nice balance. It gives everyone an opportunity to perform in the day. It's just got to fit in and keep doing that and producing the type of cricket and product that it is. People will watch it. No, I don't like the impact player because I think it takes away the all-rounder. We're trying to produce all-rounders, certainly here in South Africa, and I wouldn't like to see it because it does take away the all-rounder role. So no, I wouldn't like to see it. Yeah, I think that's the one problem that we do have, worldwide, with so many leagues, being played. It does clash and run over other periods. It is tough. I think if you provide a good product and people want to come and play in the league because of the viewership and what type of cricket's being played, and then your best overseas players will want to come in the best and play in the best leagues. So you just keep providing that, and it'll give you the best opportunity to, get these best players around the world. But we're going to have to accept that sometimes these tournaments are going to overlap, and I suppose that's the modern times that we live in. I don't think so. I think it might motivate him a little bit more. You want to have a great season and get back into form. He's a strong guy, and he'll know, that he wants to contribute. I think when you play, you're always trying to have a better season than you did last season. They'll certainly be wanting to try and win the trophy, obviously, as well. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out and has a world-class tournament and plays a big role in getting his team, into the deep back end of the tournament. So I look forward to seeing how he goes about it. And yeah, I think he'll want to prove a few points. Yeah, for sure. Obviously, he's a bowling all-rounder and plays a massive role with the ball. But also down the order is a very dangerous hitter. He's more than capable of holding the bat, and he's won many a game with the bat for whatever team that he's played for. So, he's an important player for them. And like you said, last season played a big role in them, doing so well. So, very sought after player, and I'm sure that he'll have a good season because he has the opportunity to contribute and play a big role with firstly the ball, and then secondly, he's dangerous with the bat, and how they use him with the bat, is going to be really important. How they vary the situations that he plays. So I look forward to seeing how he goes about the season. Certainly a very talented cricketer for sure.